Although winter isn't quite over yet, I can already feel nature preparing for spring. The birds are singing, chirping even louder, as though telling one another, spring is almost here. Hi everyone and welcome back to another video. I hope everyone is doing well. So you all voted spring crafts, or the majority vote won on my community poll. So here I am with some spring crafts. You're going to be starting off with an egg carton. Now you can use one or two. I did go with two at the beginning, but then I decided to change my mind and go with one later on in the video, so you'll see. And I am starting off with some moss. This is reindeer moss and you can get it in different colours. I am using just a dark green here. And then I placed it inside the egg carton, not everywhere, just in some areas as you can see. So I'm basically making like an arrangement, I would say. I started taking some roses and flowers. Some of them were dried and some of them were fresh. So I just started arranging them inside the little cups of the egg carton. Then I took some shells. These were just left over from breakfast and I made sure to keep them. And I was really happy that the tea lights fitted in there just perfectly. I thought I was going to have to melt them and pull them inside, but it was just really easy. I just took the tea light foil off and then just placed the tea light straight in. So at this point I realised I don't want it too long and I just got rid of one of the cartons. Now if you're going to have this on your table as a centerpiece, then by all means keep the length, but I just felt like one suited what I needed. I don't know, I just preferred it. It looks a lot more daintier and cuter. So then I decided to add some eggs to the arrangement, and I am using these because I kind of wanted to go with shabby chic, kind of softer colours, and to be honest these were the best eggs I had. The rest were all glittery and too bright, too out there. So I just added more dried flowers in, and these are actually chamomile, so it smelled so wonderful. It smelled like honey. It was just so sweet. So I do suggest just filling in all of the gaps. You don't want it to look empty, you just want it to look pretty packed, and that's what I carried on doing. I just added some flowers, and I was actually debating with adding that purple dried flower there, but it actually just gave it that pop of colour and it worked out well. And now for the final touch, I took some feathers, and honestly it did finalise everything perfectly. I felt like something was missing, and once I added that I was like, aha, that was it. I also added some white splatter. I'm doing this using an acrylic painter pen, but you can use a paintbrush. And so this is the final look. I'm really happy with it, but let me know what you think in the comments. I just really like the style and it's so pretty. I think it looks pretty expensive as well. As we're diving into the second project, I'd just like to remind you, if you haven't left me a thumbs up, to please do so and make sure you subscribed. It really does help me. So I'm starting off with a rustic farmhouse candlestick holder and some raffia. We're going to be creating a nest using this raffia, so just grab a good amount and then you want to kind of scrunch it together to form a nest. Once you have your nest, place it on top of your candle holder, and then you can grab some eggs. You can go with whatever size, whatever style you have. I actually tried quite a lot off camera. So then I grabbed these in the end, but I just really don't like that glitter. So I took some tester pots and I added some paint, and these were nice neutral colours. And then I stuck my eggs onto my scissors, simply because I didn't have any barbecue skewers on hand. So that just made it a lot easier to paint the whole egg without getting it all over my hands, but I still did that anyway. So I just carried on doing that, and I also used my heat gun, which I've never done before, and I was amazed how quick it dries paint. Gosh, that's definitely a tip and a hack, so I definitely suggest that if you are impatient like me and you just want to move on with your project super quick. So I painted 3 eggs in total, and then I took my acrylic paint pen just to go and make some small dots on there, just a little bit of detail. Don't need to do this if you don't want to. And then I went and got some of the dried flowers I was using earlier to decorate the nest and make it all spring-like. I'm also cutting off any excess raffia, so I was just grouping it in my hands to make it look more like a nest, and then the odd bits that were poking out and I'm being a bit naughty, I was cutting them off, and it just made the nest look a lot neater but also still look like a nest. So then again, just to finalize, I took this feather and placed it inside and I was done. You know, this just proves that you don't need much to craft with and make something beautiful. I think nature is always just so amazing to use for crafting because it's free and it always looks so beautiful naturally. These DIYs have got me yearning for spring just that much more. So for the final DIY, I went to my garden and I grabbed a bunch of free stuff again. I got some of this really flexible like branch, don't know what it's called, and then I also got some greenery. So I'm starting off with this. I'm going to be creating 2 circles with them, so you want to make sure that whatever you can find is pretty flexible. So I tied the 2 sides together to form a circle using some twine, and I'm just doing the same thing with this part here, creating a circle and then tying the 2 ends together. Then once I've done that, I'm going to place it inside like this. We're going to glue the top and the bottom together using hot glue, and when you're doing that, just make sure it's nice and centered. So again, I'm just adding the hot glue on the bottom, so now it's secure from the top and the bottom. Then I got my greenery and I placed it inside. I didn't stick it down or anything, it just sat in there really nicely, and thankfully I got just the amount that I needed that I picked earlier in the morning. And then I also added a small amount of greenery at the top, and I thought that was just such a cute little touch. And then I decided, okay, I need a bird to sit inside here. So I went and I looked at what birds I've got and I found the one that I wanted and I sat him in there nicely. So here he is hanging, isn't he so sweet? If you want to hang him, then just add some extra string or rope at the top. I also added in a nest at the bottom, if you can spot it, a little bit of brown that's showing. That was just for stability, you don't really have to do it, and it's ones that you just kind of buy ready made. And here he is without the string, so he isn't hanging, and I think it's perfect. And feel free to use artificial greenery if you want it to last. So that's all of today's nature-inspired projects for spring. I hope that you have enjoyed watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care till then. Bye for now.